Okay, we are starting book 3, Union Achieved and its Results. So some of the hard work is coming to fruition at this point, and we can assume it took quite some work and sporty times and challenging times, and lots of issues have been faced to this point, and we managed to still become quiet and make contact with the soul. So let's take a look at this here. I have to pause this already. Sometimes stuff comes up, you can't get around it. That's why I really do try to do these in the morning. And I like to do them in the morning, first thing. But for whatever, things happen. It's 7:45 in the evening here, so. All right. This is going to be very interesting, no doubt. No doubt. It should be pretty awesome. Okay, Union Achieved and its Results. We're going to talk about meditation and its stages and 23 results of meditation and the powers of the soul. It's right on time, really. These are the questions we should be having as we move on, right? So this should all be coming to us right on time if we're following along, keeping up with actually the content. And I think we are, even if we don't believe that we are. So book 3, Union Achieved and its Results. 1. First, all right, so we have 55 again, and we'll go ahead and get them started. We'll read them all. Concentration is the fixing of the citta, or mind stuff, upon a particular object. This is dharana. Sustained concentration is meditation. So dharana is dhyana. When the citta, or mind stuff, becomes absorbed in that which is the reality, or idea embodied in the form, and is unaware of separateness or the personal self, this is contemplation or samadhi. When concentration, meditation, and contemplation form one sequential act, then is sanyama achieved. As a result of sanyama comes the shining forth of the light. This illumination is gradual. It is developed stage by stage. These last 3 means of yoga have a more intimate subjective effect than the previous means. Even these 3, however, are external to the true siddhas meditation or samadhi, which is not based on an object. It is free from the effects of the discriminative nature of the citta. The sequence of mental states is as follows. The mind reacts to that which is seen. Okay. Then follows the moment of mind control. Then ensues a moment wherein the citta, or mind stuff, responds to both these factors. Finally, these pass away and the perceiving consciousness has full sway. Through the cultivation of this habit of mind, there will eventuate a steadiness of spiritual perception. The establishing of this habit and the restraining of the mind from its thought form-making tendency results eventually in the constant power to contemplate. When mind control and the controlling factor are equally balanced, then comes the condition of one-pointedness. Through this process, the aspects of every object are known, their characteristics or form, their symbolic nature, and their specific use in time conditions. Stage of development are known and realized. The characteristics of every object are acquired, manifesting, or latent. The stage of development is responsible for the various modifications of the versatile psychic nature and of the thinking principle. Through concentrated meditation upon the triple nature of every form comes the revelation of that which has been and of that which will be. The sound or word, that which it denotes, or the object, and the embodied spiritual essence, the idea, are usually confused in the mind of the perceiver. By concentrated meditation on these three aspects comes an intuitive comprehension of the sound uttered by all forms of life. Knowledge of previous incarnations becomes available when the power to see thought images is acquired. Through concentrated meditation, the thought images in the mind of other people become apparent. As, however, the object of those thoughts is not apparent to the perceiver, he sees only the thought and not the object. His meditation excludes the tangible. By concentrated meditation upon the distinction between form and body, those properties of the body which make it visible to the human eye are negated or withdrawn, and the yogi can render himself invisible. Karma or effects are of two kinds, immediate karma or future karma. By perfectly concentrated meditation on these, the yogi knows the term of his experience in three worlds. This knowledge comes also from signs. Union with others is to be gained through one-pointed meditation upon the three states of feeling, compassion, tenderness, and dispassion. There's three states of feeling: compassion, tenderness, and dispassion. Meditation, one-pointedly centered upon the power of the elephant, will awaken that force or light. Perfectly concentrated meditation upon the awakened light will produce the consciousness of that which is subtle, hidden, or remote. Through meditation, one-pointedly fixed upon the sun, will come a consciousness or knowledge of the seven worlds. A knowledge of all lunar forms arises through one-pointed meditation upon the moon. Concentration upon the pole star will give knowledge of the orbits of the planets and the stars. By concentrated attention upon the center, called the solar plexus, comes perfected knowledge as to the condition of the body. By fixing the attention upon the throat center, the cessation of hunger and thirst will ensue. By fixing the attention upon the tube or nerve below the throat center, equilibrium is achieved. Those who have attained self-mastery can be seen and contacted Through focusing the light in the head, this power is developed in one-pointed meditation. All things can be known in the vivid light of the intuition. Understanding of the mind consciousness comes from one-pointed meditation upon the heart center. Experience of the pairs of opposites comes from the inability of the soul to distinguish between the personal self and the Purusa or spirit. The objective forms exist for the use and experience of the spiritual man. By meditation upon this arises the intuitive perception of the spiritual nature or Purusa. As a result of this experience and meditation, the higher hearing, touch, sight, taste, and smell are developed, producing intuitional knowledge. These powers are obstacles to the highest spiritual realization, but serve as magical powers in the objective worlds. By liberation from the causes of bondage through their weakening and by an understanding of the mode of transference, withdrawal or entrance, the mind stuff or chitta can enter another body. By subjugation of the upward life, the udana, there is liberation from water, the thorny path and mire, and the power of ascension is gained. Through subjugation of the samana, the spark becomes the flame. By the means of one-pointed meditation upon the relationship between akasha and sound, an organ for spiritual hearing will be developed. By one-pointed meditation upon the relationship existing between the body and the akasha, ascension out of matter, or the three worlds, and power to travel in space is gained. When that which veils the light is done away with, then comes the state of being called discarnate or disembodied, free from the modification of the thinking principle. This is the state of illumination. One-pointed meditation upon the five forms which every element takes produces mastery over every element. These five forms are the gross nature, the elemental form, the quality, the pervasiveness, and the basic purpose. Through this mastery, minuteness and the other cities or powers are attained, likewise bodily perfection and freedom from all hindrances. Symmetry of form, beauty of color, strength, and the compactness of the diamond constitute bodily perfection. Mastery over the senses is brought about through concentrated meditation upon their nature, peculiar attributes, egoism, pervasiveness, and useful purpose. As a result of this perfection, there comes rapidity of action, like that of mind, perception independent of the organs, and the merit mastery over root substance. The man who can discriminate between the soul and the spirit achieves supremacy over all conditions and becomes omniscient. by a passionless attitude towards this attainment and towards all soul powers, the one who is free from the seeds of bondage attains the condition of isolated unity. There should be entire rejection of all allurements from all forms of being, even the celestial, where the recurrence of evil contacts remains possible. Intuitive knowledge is developed through the use of the discriminative faculty when there is one-pointed concentration upon moments and their continuous succession. From this intuitive knowledge is born the capacity to distinguish between all beings and to cognize their genus, qualities, and position in space. This intuitive knowledge, which is the great deliverer, is omnipresent and omniscient and includes the past, the present, and the future in the eternal now. When the objective forms and the soul have reached a condition of equal purity, then is at one achieved and liberation results. I think we call it there, and then I'll start a new video. We'll do something right now. So I'm just going to stop this one and then we'll start a new one.